In the vast and untamed lands of East Africa, where lions roam freely and the sun blazes down on endless plains, a people unlike any other stand firm. The Maasai, guardians of ancient wisdom, warriors of unbreakable spirit, and keepers of a culture that defies time. What secrets lie behind their piercing gazes? How does a people remain untouched by the rush of the modern world? Today, we journey into the heart of Maasai life, uncovering their mysteries, their strength, and their deep connection to the land. For the Maasai, life is deeply intertwined with the natural world. Their culture is one of the few that has maintained a close relationship with the land, respecting and coexisting with the plants and animals around them. Cattle are central to Maasai life, not only as a food source but as a symbol of wealth, pride, and family connection. Every Maasai family raises cattle with care, herding them across the open plains and sharing water sources with the local wildlife. They rely on the rhythm of nature, moving with the seasons to ensure their herds stay healthy and strong. For the Maasai, nature is more than just their home, it's a source of life, nourishment, and healing. Their approach to health is deeply rooted in the natural landscape that surrounds them. Instead of relying on modern medicine, the Maasai turn to local plants and herbs to address a wide variety of ailments. Each plant in their environment is seen as having unique properties. Some provide relief from fevers, others aid in digestion, while certain roots and leaves are used to dress wounds or prevent infection. This intricate knowledge of medicinal plants is not something written in books. It is a living wisdom, passed down orally through generations. Elders play a crucial role in this tradition, teaching younger Maasai not only how to identify the right plants but also how to harvest them respectfully. They impart techniques on how to use each plant most effectively, how to prepare them, and, importantly, how to protect these resources so that future generations will continue to benefit. Through this practice, the Maasai not only protect their own health but also contribute to the longevity of their environment, embodying a model of harmony that inspires us all. The Maasai are not just survivors, they are masters of their land. For countless generations, the Maasai have cultivated a profound connection to the land and its wildlife, a bond that is at once spiritual and practical. Unlike other groups who might avoid regions where lions roam or elephants traverse, the Maasai have embraced the challenge of living side by side with these powerful creatures. They walk the plains with a confidence born not just from survival, but from understanding, respect, and an unbreakable link to the cycles of nature around them. This bond with nature is not merely a lifestyle, it is a sacred relationship built on mutual respect and interdependence. The Maasai have learned to read the signs of the land, the shifting patterns of animal migrations, the seasonal changes that dictate grazing routes, and the behavior of the flora and fauna that flourish around them. Their knowledge is passed down through generations, ensuring that each member of the community understands their role in this delicate balance. The Maasai people are known for their profound spiritual connection to the world around them. Their beliefs center on Enkai, the deity of both sky and earth, whom they revere as the guardian of their people and their cattle. Enkai, they believe, gifts them with the land, the rain, and the herds that sustain them, binding the Maasai to a life of reciprocity and respect for nature. Every dawn, as the sun rises over the plains, they look to Enkai, feeling blessed and protected under the deity's watchful gaze. In their sacred rituals, the Maasai seek a connection to their ancestors, who continue to guide them even after death. These rituals are conducted with solemnity and care, as they believe their ancestors' spirits dwell within the land, the wind, and the shadows of the acacia trees. Each gathering, each dance, and each chant carries centuries of tradition, binding them to their past and rooting them firmly in the present. For the Maasai, the land is a sacred trust, a gift not to be squandered. Every tree, every blade of grass, and every animal on the savanna holds spiritual significance. They see themselves as stewards of this land, living in harmony with it and nurturing it for generations to come. Even as the pressures of modernity threaten to encroach upon their way of life, the Maasai stand resilient, safeguarding their identity and spiritual beliefs. They remain committed to preserving these timeless practices, not only as a way of life but as a sacred duty to Nkai, to their ancestors, and to their community. Being a Maasai warrior means embodying courage and resilience. From a young age, Maasai boys learn the skills of survival, such as tracking animals and navigating the wild. As they grow, these skills help them protect their community, keeping them alert to any dangers that threaten their people or their livestock. Each warrior is taught that he is part of a long line of protectors, and this connection to their ancestors is sacred. The respect they show for the land and the unity they maintain with each other make the Maasai warrior tradition truly unique. The Maasai warrior tradition is about more than protection, it is a legacy that honors their ancestors and respects the natural world. During community gatherings, warriors join in traditional dances, demonstrating their strength and unity in rhythmic movements. These ceremonies are a reminder of their role and commitment to their people. By embracing their culture and maintaining these traditions, the Maasai ensure that the warrior spirit is alive and strong for generations to come. The Maasai, like many indigenous communities, face a rapidly changing world that challenges their centuries-old way of life. In recent decades, pressures from urbanization, land disputes, and climate change have become formidable obstacles to maintaining their traditional lifestyle. Expanding cities and agricultural developments continue to encroach on their land, limiting their access to grazing areas essential for their cattle. Climate change has further complicated matters, with unpredictable rainfall and longer droughts affecting the natural cycles they rely on. The Maasai are resilient. Many have embraced education, learning new skills to navigate the demands of a modern world while preserving their identity. Some Maasai have become involved in ecotourism, sharing their rich culture with visitors and generating income that help support their communities. Others are crafting and selling traditional jewelry and clothing, creating a bridge between heritage and livelihood. As the Maasai adapt, they show that change need not mean losing identity. Instead, they are finding ways to honor their ancestors' teachings while stepping forward into an uncertain future with courage and hope. The Maasai people have shown us a story of strength, resilience, and deep connection to their land and traditions. For many generations, they have faced challenges, from the forces of nature to the pressures of a rapidly changing world. Yet, the Maasai have remained rooted in their culture, always finding ways to adapt while staying true to who they are. Their lives are shaped by the wisdom passed down from one generation to the next. This knowledge, about the land, the animals, and their way of life, keeps them connected to their ancestors and to each other. As they adapt, the Maasai community works together to protect their traditions, making sure these customs and values live on. Today, they are finding new paths to preserve their culture, whether through sharing their way of life with visitors, creating traditional crafts, or learning new skills in modern classrooms. The Maasai people show us that honoring the past doesn't mean refusing to change. Instead, it's about finding a balance between keeping traditions alive and embracing new opportunities. The Maasai teach us all a valuable lesson: to stay connected to our roots and to the world around us, no matter how much things may change. Through their story, we are reminded of the beauty of community, respect for nature, and the power of identity. The Maasai stand as an example of courage and pride, inspiring us to carry our own traditions forward with strength and respect.